Crypto, commerce meets social feeds. Drones take AI eyes to the air, and crypto regulation stalls. CEOs fear automation risks, but hackers act. While all this is happening, of course, cloud exploitation, AI scams, and surveillance drones, the government is quietly pushing harder for mandatory digital IDs in the cloud, actively exploited by crypto mining malware. Pantera Labs finds fortune-level cloud training apps exploited for crypto mining operations. That's enterprise cloud footholds turned into unauthorized compute farms. Attackers essentially piggybacking on trusted brand infrastructure to evade detection. What they're not telling us is these are demo and training systems, and they're internet exposed. Interesting. Not the way I would have designed it. The benefits of this, of course, go to the attackers, capitalizing on the lax deployment and security hygiene, while the losers are the enterprises assuming cloud is inherently safe and secure to use. Good for you.
Makes me want to move all my stuff to cloud.
Cloud isn't safe, it's permissioned trust with an open door that attackers exploit for free compute and cash flow. Training systems shouldn't be treasure troves, but they are. Cloud trust doesn't equal cloud security, and exploitation doesn't wait for a vulnerability to be patched.
Can't wait till Tuesday.
Why do attackers treat learning environments as front door targets? Perhaps because they're lax on their security. Twitter crypto purchases that they could ignite altcoin season. Twitter might spark an altcoin hype while privacy coins draw renewed attention. The problem is, as Twitter expands commerce features with crypto, privacy tokens like Monero and Zcash attract speculative interest. Meme coin markets trail behind, potentially destabilizing price signals. That's where the real trick is. And social commerce can amplify bad actors faster than regulations or patches can react. The beneficiaries, of course, will be the platforms monetizing on the chain transactions. Somehow they never lose. While the losers, of course, will be the retail traders, hit by the hype, the cycles, and the algorithmic risk. So essentially meets social commerce. But while buying becomes entertainment, risk will become more invisible. Transactions become trends until they become trouble, and social buy buttons don't understand risk vectors. Privacy coins rising is not freedom, it's resistance. Does social crypto buying empower users, or does it amplify risk? Autonomous drones expanding AI surveillance footprint. Who didn't see this coming? AI-powered autonomous security drones are launched now from mobile trailers across industrial sites. Next-gen mobility meets airborne monitoring. AI analysis extends real-time surveillance across perimeters. And what we're not being told is that drones shift passive detection now to active tracking. Civil liberties impact rarely discussed in commercial press releases, but are often felt. The beneficiaries, of course, will be the security vendors and clients seeking coverage. Billions of dollars there, while the losers will be communities living under the automated eyes. My take on this is simple. Surveillance isn't stationary anymore. It now flies, and commerce paid for the ticket. It used to be something simple. You would find binoculars when you look out the window. Now, the binoculars are there everywhere. Airborne security is now eyes without consent, and AI doesn't watch, it decides. Trailers today, urban skies tomorrow.
So how far is too far when surveillance has left the ground?
Things have become more fuzzy. Crypto bills still in limbo after Senate pushback. Interesting. The U.S. headlines today with U.S. Senate delaying crypto regulatory bill after Coinbase CEO opposition. Regulation still fragmented and uncertain, and the CEOs pushing back on token definitions and jurisdiction really leads to one thing, that the delays incumbents with compliance budgets are favored. All these delays that take place are going to favor those incumbents with compliance budgets.
Those who have it
Will have more, while the rest
will not.
Regulatory ambiguity becomes a default rule. This is not anything new. Regulatory ambiguity becomes a default rule. This is not anything new. The beneficiaries will be those large incumbents, and the losers will be the smaller builders and decentralized innovators. Regulation by committee isn't safety. It's status quo, and it's status quo protection for the powerful. Ambiguity is the regulator's best friend, and rules that wait favor the rich, and crypto legislation delayed equals power redistributed. Is regulatory delay protecting users or gatekeeping builders? AI and security risks keeping CEOs awake. CEOs list AI vulnerabilities, insider threats, and payment fraud at the top of their risks that keep them up at night. AI's role in opening new attack vectors, and payment fraud and insider threats dominate these risk bowls. Payment fraud and insider threats, that's nothing new. As long as I can remember, AI's role in opening these attack vectors? Well, that just means it's become more efficient and industrialized. What they're not telling us is that leadership acknowledges the risk, but they still lack when it comes to investment. When they're made aware that there is risk, somehow they don't budget for what is required to remediate. I would know this as a security professional and consultant, and I will recommend what they need to do to remediate. I may see them again in 6 months, and when I perform a security audit, I will notice they didn't perform everything that needed to be done. Hacker ingenuity
often outpaces
boardroom response. Attackers using AI as an accelerant are the winners, and the losers are the enterprises caught in legacy defense cycles. CEOs think about risk, attackers act on it. Planning isn't protection. Planning is not protection. Risk awareness isn't defense readiness. AI vulnerabilities aren't hypothetical, they are tactical. Boards fret while hackers feast. Every time systems fail, the answer seems to be always more identity. That's right. When a system fails, governments and corporations and businesses tell us more identity. We need more identity. We need MFA on the phone. And let me tell you about that one. MFA is an MFA does not do what you think it does. Go ask your local hacker. I'm sure there's one just down the street. Talk with them. Ask them. Believe it or not, they're real people. And if you ask that hacker, what do you think of MFA? It can be bypassed. In fact, it is bypassed all the time. MFA is all about government tracking and 3-letter acronym tracking. Interesting enough how every time systems fail, the answer seems to always be more identity, more verification, more binding. Identity doesn't fix security, it just seems to make failure more expensive. This isn't about stopping criminals anymore. It's really about deciding who gets to be and who gets to exist online.
Don't get me started on the VPN wars.
They're trying to take that away from us too. Taking away ambiguity and the ability to have any kind of anonymous actions on the internet. Do we really need to be tracked for everything? The government wants to expire money. That's right, literally expires. You have to spend it in an allotted amount of time. Exposed cloud training environments being mined and compromised. Fortune level systems that contain unauthorized activity, facts versus speculation. The approach could also be a gateway to more serious, persistent mechanisms that would leak personal data. We're talking about people's lives. Identity and access controls get redefined by exploitation vectors. Cloud trust is the attack surface today. Exposed demos aren't theoretical, they're weaponized. Identity isn't protection, it's leverage. And centralized ID doesn't reduce risk, it concentrates it. If you can't secure identity in systems that can't secure themselves, sounds like we need to secure more identity in systems that can't secure it themselves.
Welcome to government.
Once identity is required, exclusion becomes policy. Safety is the excuse, control is the outcome. Episode 2 of Max News.